Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Money Making Priorities. I'm your host and coach, Fope Nkwocha, aka Fopsy. And today we're talking about why your business feels quiet, even when you're working hard. And I'm very excited to be talking about this topic today, not just because I know that it's on your mind because the last three clients I've worked with had different variations of saying this. One person said, the summer, actually, let me find the exact word so that you know that you're not alone if you are thinking slash feeling this way. Okay, one person had said August and September were scary, quiet financially. I'm working full time now, but the clients just aren't coming in like they used to, as in they're in the business full time. Another person said the past few months have been quiet, pregnancy, mat leave, layoffs. I'm trying to see if the business is even feasible. I wanted to say that, I'm excited to talk about this today because not too long ago, I was literally in here. I helped myself get out of this rut. I'm working with my clients now to get out of this rut. And I strongly believe that there's many, many more of you coaches, consultants, service providers that feel like your businesses are quiet because, activity has dropped because of something external, maybe the market, summer slump, the economy, people aren't really buying high ticket anymore, the algorithm. You're blaming everything except the one thing you can control, which is what you're doing. And I'll tell you more on that. Like we're going to get into it. You're also thinking maybe even if it's not the external circumstances, maybe it's my personal situation. I've had a number of things happen that lead to this lack of structure and loss of momentum. And you're not thinking that it is what you're doing or not doing. You're thinking it's the factors around your life or the world. And the third was the belief that, this one's actually kind of accurate. The belief that spreading yourself thin has slowed growth and clarity. That one, very, very true. And we're going to talk about it today. Exactly what to do if you feel like your business has gone slow on you in the last few months and how to fix it. If you're experiencing a dry spell right now, it's not random. One thing I want you to know and just like maybe really hammer into your head, and that it took a while for me to get it myself, was that clients are a lagging indicator. They reveal how consistent your lead generation has been over the last 30 to 60 to 90 days or even a year. Clients are a lagging indicator. Just like when you lose weight, your weight loss is a lagging indicator. Is what you see after you've done all the things you're supposed to do, eating in a calorie deficit, eating better, working out, sleeping better. Those are the things that are lead indicators. Those are the things that you can measure, that you can do more of, that you can improve. You cannot so much improve the weight loss part. It's what happens when you improve all these inputs, right? Inputs versus output. Clients are an output of the inputs you put into your business, of the leads especially. That's like the top indicator of how many clients you will get. And if you sit with that for a second, you see why I'm saying that it's simple, but it's annoying to wrap your head around. They're like, what do you mean? I've been working in this business, I'm putting in effort, I feel like I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not seeing the results. Now, most coaches and service providers confuse activity with audience growth. You're posting, you're emailing, maybe even running programs, but your list isn't growing, your reach isn't expanding, and your follow ups are sporadic, then of course your business feels quiet, right? If you think about it, how much has your audience grown? Do you have new people you're following on your Instagram? Do you have new events, webinars that you're doing to bring in new people? Even if you feel like they haven't worked in the past to get you clients, have they worked in the past to get you new people that know about what you're doing? Right? So if we break down what exactly leads to predictable revenue, then I will introduce like some pillars that help you to understand how to create this marketing flow. The first thing is, before maybe this first step, that's even step zero, is what I said earlier, which is clients are a lagging indicator. They reveal how consistent your lead generation has been. But in order for you to know what works to get you clients, if you've gotten clients before, especially, the first place I want you to go is to optimize what's already working. You know, I had one client that felt like the slump she was experiencing was because of the algorithm. LinkedIn algorithm had tanked and wasn't showing anybody her content anymore. And honestly, I don't know. I'm not inside the algorithm's mind. I don't know what is happening there. There could be parts of that are are slowing down the business. But when we looked at what she was actually doing, she was inconsistent in her follow up. She had no follow up. First of all, she was inconsistent in her lead generation efforts. She would do some webinars here and there, but then life would happen and then there'll be a long gap. So, but the reason why she didn't feel the intensity of this problem was because for a while people were just referring people her way. So like the business just kept going, right? But predictable income comes from mastering like a skill of lead generation. Maybe that's the first thing. Then there's things like mastering the skill of client delivery and just knowing exactly how to get your people results, mastering the skill of self-regulation, knowing how to lead yourself and lead other people. Those are different skills you need to get at different points. But like when it comes to clients, the first thing you want to do is get leads, get leads, get leads. And getting leads doesn't always have to be doing new things. I want you to maybe in listing steps, optimize what's already working. That's the first step. Since step zero was understanding that clients are a lagging indicator. Step one is optimize what's already working. Don't be afraid to repeat what has worked. What you just need is new people to hear the same message. If you have said a certain message, you had an event that you held in person, as another person I'm thinking about now, and you know that you really crush it in person, right? Why are you trying to chase social media? Like, just why? Do another in person event and get new people to come to it. Optimize what's already working for you. If you have things that are working for you, optimize it. Get new people to come to those events. Talk to your current clients to invite people. Hey, I'm hosting this event for moms who are looking to sleep to train their kids. Do you know any other moms who have babies within the ages of 7 months to 3 years or whatever? Like, and then that helps them think of who to invite, right? Talk to your current clients, ask them for referrals. Speaking of leads, which I'm talking about broadly, I'm hosting the lead sprint again. I already did one and it was really great. The people loved it, and I'm going to bring it back so much that I think it will even be a staple of my business going forward. The next one is November 17th to 21. The link to sign up will be in the description. It is free. If you're listening to this in the future after 2025, still click that link because I think it will be like a recurring thing. So that means that the next date will be there as well. So the three core ways to create leads are outreach, content, and ads. You just need new people. Outreach can look like outreach to people you already know, or outreach to people that you don't know yet that fits your client profile, right? Content looks like, yes, literal social media content, but I also consider events a form of content. It's just that it's a deeper kind. A sub step within here is one of the core philosophies that I'm leaning into these days is something I learned from Donald Miller, which is that your clients move from curiosity about you to enlightenment and then to commitment. Think of it like in the dating analogy. It's not everybody who gets married on the first date. So how do you get somebody to go from I don't know anything about you to okay, what you're saying is making sense. You say you can help me. Let me lean in a little bit more. That is the enlightenment stage, right? Like they now go from okay, I know something about you. You're saying you can help me. Okay, but how can you help me? Then you invite them to something that allows them to learn more about you, whether that's they download something from you, whether that's they come to an event that you're hosting, whether that is that somebody who you've worked with tells them about how awesome the results they had with you were, whether it's that they consume a piece of podcast from you and they're learning from you some more and they're like, okay, this person is making sense, right? That's the enlightenment stage. And then the commitment is where you seal the deal. Because if you keep enlightening them, people are happy to be enlightened. They're like, oh my gosh, she's so helpful, but they never take the next step because you don't call them to action to take the next step. And so when you're thinking about your business, you think about where have I been struggling? Have I been meeting enough people to even pique their curiosity? Have I had any form of enlightenment or multiple areas where they can be enlightened? And is that part clear for them? Do they know how to get from curious to enlightened? And am I asking for the commitment? If you're struggling in any of those areas, you will lack clients. So I was saying outreach, content, ads. Ads are self-explanatory, whether it is Facebook ads, Google ads, billboard ads. The job of ads is not so much enlightenment, it's curiosity, it's to pique their curiosity. So next time you're driving on the highway, just literally read the ads and see how they're piquing curiosity. They're speaking to people that need a new mattress, speaking to people that need to learn how to swim, speaking to people that don't know about them but should know about them to vote for them. Like it's things like that. You're just trying to pique someone's curiosity enough to know about you, right? It's like that hey big head text that you can get from somebody who's interested in you in a romantic way. But basically, like the curiosity part is just to get people's attention. So how did I even get here? I was telling you that the lead sprint is happening soon, and I'm going to get into all these things a bit more. You should sign up. The live experience is exceptional, so you should plan to be there in person. But I don't want you to have to wait to get the gist. So I have uploaded the past one that we did in September onto the podcast. Just search for Lead Sprint there. After you're done listening here, go listen to all 5 days of it. It's a 5 day experience. So the next one is November 17 to 21. Sign up. Sign up for the Lead Sprint if you haven't. And if you're listening and you know any other coaches or consultants that should come, I would very much appreciate it if you shared with them, please. It's more fun together. And if you invite someone and you let me know, there just might be a treat for you. Okay, so please sign up via the link in the description. Okay, so first thing you're doing is optimizing what's working. If you know that you have a way to get curiosity, maybe you go speak at events and people just tend to work with you after. Can you speak in more places? Can you go back to other people you've spoken to and see if they have anything else coming down the pipeline? Can you create your own event so that you don't have to wait for people to come to you? If you know that social media content banks, can you create so much more? If you know that going live banks, can you create much more of that? Look to your business to see what's working. I couldn't possibly cover everything in one video, so let me just move on. The second point is to document and reuse client transformations. We get bored of our own stuff before other people do, right? Some people who have quiet months, I'm thinking of another client now, isn't their problem might not even be reach, it might be resonance, right? And in resonance, we mean, do I relate to what you're saying? Yes, I now know you exist. Yes, I was curious about you enough to listen, but as you start speaking, you're not resonating. The reason why you might not be resonating is that you might be speaking in expert speak. You might be talking about what you do in broad strokes where nobody really gets it. Nobody really gets what exactly you're going to help them with. In my world, I help you to get clients, to sign more high ticket clients by helping you to find and focus on your money making priorities. How great is your offer? Let's improve it. Do you have leads? Let's get you leads. Do you have a sales process? Let's improve that. Do you have a money making mindset? What are the things that are blocking you mentally on proceeding with this business? We're going to walk through that. Most of us have things and they just come up the more and more we coach. And then do you have the help to execute and keep you accountable? That's why it's structured in 12 weeks. And that's why I want you to have the momentum build week after week, and you will have me to hold you accountable, but also help you troubleshoot whatever is happening. Because I'm also learning that it's not so much that you guys don't know what to do, it's more that we all need help. We all need support. We just need like someone to help us declutter what's going on in our head and to say, okay, here's step one and then step two. Don't jump to step five and be wondering why you are like struggling with all the like why it feels so heavy, right? With resonance, the one of the easiest ways I found for us coaches to resonate is to document more. Document and reuse client transformations. Documenting transformations isn't bragging, it's evidence. And if you're not doing this enough, you will have quiet months. It's the bridge between quiet trust and public demand, between people secretly kind of thinking maybe you make sense and people lining up to give you their credit card, which is like a dream world, right? Every story you're writing about your own experience with your product, with your service, about your client's experience is building demand. Every story, every quote, every client result is a magnet for the next one. So you cannot really feel shy or like you're bragging or speak in broad strokes. So the best way for us to really do this is to document and reuse client testimonials. Think about the different angles. Where were they before they came to you? What did you do with them? That helps to show your philosophies and to show your process without necessarily trying to teach. And what happened after? You can do like full on before and afters, but you can also do progress stories, right? They were in A, now they've moved to B, and then this is how they got to B. So it doesn't have to be until they lose the 40 pounds they want to lose that you tell the story. When they've lost the first five, that's enough to share. So if you're struggling with quiet months, first thing I want you to do, or step zero, is know that clients are a lagging indicator and they review how strong your lead generation has been in the last quarter, in the last year. So look there first and don't feel called out or don't fight that. Don't fight that thought at all. Think about it practically. For me, because I said I'm not talking about this like somebody on the mountaintop. I'm talking about someone that's just a few steps ahead. I was doing a lot of things that I thought were similar to how I had gotten clients before. So I know that when I speak, people want to work with me. Like I'm just able to share my message on a deeper level. Plus, I'm a really great teacher and you understand what's happening. But the times I had done that, I was invited to speak and it was fun. And I guess I didn't feel like I had to prove so much and I was live, right? And then in me trying to replicate that, I was doing this summit where I was pre-recording them and the energy wasn't the same, but I felt like I was doing the thing already. I was doing what I was supposed to use to get results, and so it was very annoying that the results weren't coming. And one thing I'll give myself credit for was the tenacity to keep going, the resilience to keep going, to try again, to iterate. And then Finally, I just landed on, okay, let's not wait for more events to come my way. Let me create my own events where I'm able to do this live. And it worked again. It required me to get as close to my own secret sauce, as in the thing I had done before, my own success recipe, to replicate it, which is why I was saying optimize what's already working. If you're struggling to put it like grasp what I mean here, come and let's talk. Inside of my sales call, that's the first thing we're going to do, to just document the current state, what is happening right now, what are the things that have gotten you results in the past that you're not doing, and I will be able to pull it out of you. So if you're even like, "Well, I need help," I know you need help, come let's talk. On my sales call, this is what we do. It's a free call where we talk about exactly what has happened in your business in the past to get you clients, what is happening right now, where we need to focus in the next 12 weeks to double down on getting at least 5 new high ticket clients or hitting your next 10K month, whatever is relevant for you. And I share the plan on what the next steps will be. That's what's like. So if you're interested in booking a sales call, do so at fopsy.ca/call. Fopsy is spelled FOPSY.ca/call. CALLL. Well, I think I can spell the call, but anyways. So that was step zero. Step one was optimize what's already working. Step two, document and reuse client transformations. And the third is, I kind of gave an example that just spoke about this. It's leverage your natural strength for lead flow. See, I don't want you to fall into the trap of trying to be a mini version of your coach or a mini version of who you find that looks successful, right? Don't in the bid to replicate the greats that you see are great, dumb down your own greatness, right? Sometimes you need to look to yourself, what has worked for me? Which is one of the benefits of one-on-one coaching with me, because I'm not trying to fit you into a mold like the group is following this only, but you really get to have that focused attention to see what is working for me. But sometimes what is working for you or not working for you is not a function of the thing, is that you haven't developed enough skill at it. Like some people can say that, oh, I just hate driving. Is it like you hate driving or you haven't learned how to drive properly, right? Or like you just hate that every time you drive you're anxious, and so you need to deal with that anxiety first. The thing might not be the vehicle itself, or the vehicle being a car, but it might just be your experience with it, your level of skill with it. And so coaching will also help you to improve that. One of my clients said that they hate webinars and they feel like they need funnels, and like, um I just don't want to have to be live on a webinar as much. But we found that the last two hadn't worked, and she had that energy was the energy with which she approached webinars generally, like what a defeated mindset essentially. When you think about creating one, she's already kind of like tired of it. But when we looked at what was happening or not happening, there were multiple issues. First, with getting people to show up for the webinar. If people sign up and don't show up, that's going to be hard for you to sell because they never got to experience what you wanted them to experience. Second was with the energy, like I said, on the call. Like you have to be excited about what you're selling, or else how do you transfer that energy to the people? That was the structure. There was multiple pieces that need to be touched upon within the webinar that just wasn't happening. Fourth was the follow-up. It's not just the webinar events, that's just one sales event. There's a series of content that needs to be going out in emails, in content, whatever your platforms are, to build belief for what you're selling. And there's ways to also build that belief, the level of transparency about your pricing, about what's going to be in the offer, answering questions, showing case studies, believing in your own offer, and thinking about all the questions that are already going to be asked in advance, because your job is to think as a service provider or a coach. If you want to make a lot of money, the more you think about your people and their problems, the better paid you will be, because you get to anticipate what problems they will have, right? You get to anticipate what questions they will have. You get to anticipate what areas they will struggle and fix it before they come. So there's multiple things. Those are just a few I remember off the top of my head. And yes, we're going to leverage her natural strength, but also seeing that like it's not that the method wasn't working for her. It was just that the way she was doing it was not working. She needed to improve her skills in that area. And that's what we're working on right now instead of our coaching. So but the flip side is, if you know for sure that social media is not your thing, then use what is your thing. If you know that in-person events are your thing, do more of that, right? So your natural ability is better work done than trying to pick up a whole new thing, right? Especially in the early stages. I think you can do at least 6 figures to multiple 6 figures using your strength. It's when you're trying to scale even more that you're going to have to lean even more on, bringing in people to support you in the areas where you are not all that strong in. Okay, so a practical shift that you can use to think about, if you're saying, "Fakwe, my business has been too quiet in the last few months, and I don't know what to do. Audit this first. Has your email list grown in the last 30 days? Go and look. Sometimes my email list grows, but it also negative grows because people unsubscribe, people subscribe. So, like, has it really grown? That's important to note, right? So, go check yours. Go look there. Don't be afraid to look. You don't have to spend your time looking at unsubscribers, by the way, so that it doesn't dip your energy. Have you had more new conversations this month than last month? See, a new metric I'm developing is this concept called client facing time. I believe the more time you have talking to your literal clients or being where they are, the more money your business makes. Not being inside ChatGPT, not listening to podcasts. Yes, even this one. Not designing inside Canva, not tweaking your website, not all this nice to have that are not getting you in front of new people. The more client facing time you have, the more money your business will make. So go create avenues to talk to your people. Go create partnerships with people that have your audience, right? If you find that all your clients tend to have therapists before they choose come to your in in-person movement thing, go develop relationships with with therapists, right? You don't have to wait for to get access to the actual clients. You can get access to who has access to them, right? I hope that wasn't too complex to understand. So yes, have you had more new conversations this month than last month, this quarter than last quarter? Right? Go get into more networking opportunities. Go publish more content that gets you to have conversations. Go comment. Don't just publish content. Comment on other people's stuff so that your visibility improves. I was actually reading a report on LinkedIn from one of the top creators, Chris. Is his name Chris? Sometimes I mix up people's names, but um, he has like 1 million followers on LinkedIn, which is hard to do. He's in the UK. I cannot remember his name, but I feel like I should so that you can reference it if you need it to. Give me 1 second. Yeah, his name indeed was Chris. Chris Donnelly. I was right. Okay. His name is Chris Donnelly. And he was saying that um, the top creators or the top 5% of creators leave 449% more comments on average than average. So basically, commenting is also a big thing to get in front of new audiences. Not just creating content in isolation. And that's what I was saying earlier with when you publish content, okay, if people are not seeing it, then it's not really helping. So part of your job is not just to publish, it's to distribute that content. And part of distributing is going where people are. If posts are already going viral and you can chip into the conversation, add your name there so that people that are interested can go to your profile. If you are in a hub on a Facebook group where your ideal people are freelancers, coaches, consultants, go be there, go comment there. If there's a mom group, go be there because that's where your people are, right? If there's business groups and you target business owners, go be there. So being there is very, very important. And then the third thing to audit. So you're auditing, has your email list grown in the last 30 days? Have you had more new conversations this month than last month? Have you reconnected with anyone who inquired but didn't buy? This one is, when I say reconnected, I don't fully mean like chatting them up and say, hey, we heard, are you still interested? Although that can be relevant. I think that the best follow up is staying in the game. The best follow up is creating more events that you can invite them and anybody else to. Because the more you hound on one lead, the hyper focused you become on them. You become hyper fixated on them as though there aren't many other fishes in the ocean, right? Your job is to create avenues to reach more and more people. In the end, that person might come back and buy from you, but the best way to follow up is to stay in the game. Send emails, regular sales emails to your list. The point of your list is to stay engaged with them, is to help them remember you exist, is to continue to provide value around your topic to them and call them to action so that they can remember that commitment we talked about, curiosity, enlightenment, commitment. If you never ask people to commit, they will not commit. If you don't ask the person to be your girlfriend, they will just stay talking stage forever. If you don't ask them to marry you, they can leave you and be like, dude, this person isn't serious. Same in business. Call them to buy from you. This is how to book a sales call. This is how to take the next step. Make that next step clear. Book a sales call, schedule a discovery call, apply here, call here, whatever. Make it ultra clear, right? But I don't really think you should hound people more than once or twice, right? Instead, I would ask them, do you know anybody else who might be interested in this? I'm doing this event. Please invite them. And then they can invite people to your event. And if they don't come, if the person you're thinking about that didn't buy from you didn't come, they might know other people, right? And you can follow up with them in other ways. So my favorite ways to follow up are to send sales emails, to do podcasts like this that can reach them and other people, to do my own events that I can invite them and other people to. That way, I am creating more activity that brings in new people, and I find that new leads are kind of the best. Like they're just the best in that they are excited about what you're doing, and they tend to be able to move from curiosity to enlightenment and to commitment a little bit faster. But I need more data on that to be able to say it concretely. Okay, so a few things that might be on your mind. Maybe you're thinking, but I'm doing a lot of work. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm just really busy. I don't know what else to be doing. That's the problem. If you're busy, but you're not busy with sales activities, you're not busy with money making priorities, money making activities, then you will not grow your business. And the problem we're trying to solve today is not time or business. It's why your business feels quiet. So if you want to solve your business being quiet, please go create more opportunities to have conversations with clients. Go be where your clients are. Go create avenues, events that they can come to. Go comment on that places where they're at and make more requests where they can know that you are ready to um, have them become clients. Marketing requires you to create more opportunities for people to raise their hand to say, hey, I'm interested in what you're doing. And actually get into what makes for a good lead magnet, what makes for a good hand raiser, basically, inside of my lead sprint. So if you haven't signed up yet, just like click on that link while you're listening to this. You can do both things. So do that right now so you don't forget. Please, 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 I invite you to come on November 17 to 21. It's 1 hour every day at lunch and replays will be available. But if you can make it live, please do. The energy is just quite different, honestly. So, um, quiet months don't come from bad luck or bad timing. I really want you to know that. Don't believe that the economy is bad. See, the economy has been doing everything weird over over a few years. You know, it's done the recession in 2008. It's done Brexit. It's done COVID. We've done tariffs. We've done multiple presidential elections with crazy people in and out. It's different things. We've had issues with racism and seasons where you feel like people don't want to hear anything. They don't want to. They feel sometimes it feels like the world is so heavy with wars that like should you even be selling right now? And if you have to look at the wind every single day, you will not make money. I think the Bible already says that you should learn from the ants. Okay. So there's two examples I'm thinking about. One is that if you look to the seasons of life, the things that are happening. Oh, it's raining today. Let me not go out. Oh, it's too sunny today. Let me not plant. Oh, it's winter. The weather is terrible. Let me not go plant. You will be hungry. And the same goes in business. If you're looking to, oh, the economy is this, the economy is that, and you're not going to sell, you will be hungry. And if you don't want to be hungry, take a note from the ants. I think it's Proverbs 6:6 that says, they have no captain over themselves, no overseer, and they provide their own supplies in the summer. They gather their own food for the harvest. Basically, they know how to gather supplies and have enough when things are booming that they have for a rainy day. But more importantly, a person that finds excuses, not just laziness, will find a reason not to sell. So don't be that person. Realize that there's always going to be something. Your job is to stay in the game. Quiet months don't come from bad luck or bad timing. They come from inconsistency. They come from confusion. They come from disconnection. So basically, if you're done guessing why it's quiet and you want a system that fills your calendar without the drama, without chaos, I'm inviting you to the lead sprint. It's on November 17 to 21. Come experience 5 days. It's free, where you see exactly how to get 100 qualified leads in those 5 days together. And I actually do deliver on that promise. So I'm very excited for it. And if you're like, okay, Fakwa, this is so good, I actually want to just skip that and work with you directly. The best way to do so, it will be to book a sales call with me at fopsy.ca/call, fopsy.ca/call. On our sales call, we will start with diagnosing what is happening in your business, plan out exactly what the issues are, map out exactly what the issues are, what we're going to fix in the next 12 weeks, and what results to expect in our work together. And you get to make a decision about whether you'd like to have me as your coach. And I look forward to working with you inside of my one-on-one coaching, money making priorities, because it's exactly that, so that you're not just busy and still experiencing quiet months. So whether you're looking for your next 3K month or 6K month or 10K months, even 100K if you've reached that level, let's do it together inside of my one-on-one coaching. Looking forward to talking with you more there. Okay, so next episodes, we're going to be diving into more about what is happening in our minds as we grow our businesses. Thank you for listening. Please keep listening. See you on the next one.